Testing, testing.
And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
Okay.
That's a great intro, Tom.
I know. Even after what? Now, we're coming up on 6 years
6 years.
of that intro. It
Yes,
still
we
makes me
are.
laugh every time I
It
listen to
does,
it.
it does.
We were looking for a reason to laugh back then.
Yeah, we
We
were.
were. 6
Anybody remember
years.
what it was like around here 6 years ago? Well,
Ooh.
a little less than 6 years because that was
Yeah.
in March
Right,
of 2020
right.
and when all that fun was going on. You remember all that fun in 2020? that we were having? That was not fun.
That was
was
not
really
fun.
not fun. So. Well, we've got a long agenda for you today.
We
so
do. Because some of it, too, we're making up from,
Yeah, from the resident association meeting.
yes. So
For those of you that came to the resident association meeting last week, resident council did a fabulous job.
they did.
Presenting stuff, but I recognized that after an hour and 20 minutes or so that it was, I needed to I had a 25-minute report, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that to the residents.
And we
at
knew
this
we were
point.
having the churns, so
Yeah,
we could.
we just said we'll
we
do,
could carry
we'll do some
over.
of that here. And
Yes,
so
yes.
we've kind of mingled some of that in.
Yes,
to go with the
absolutely.
stuff that we've got here. So, but we got a lot to get through. So
We do.
put your seatbelts on. This is going to go fast, okay? So.
Oh,
But before we get into that, though, how many of you came out and did the penny pitching with me today? Okay, it was great today. I think I gave away more coupons today than any other place has done up to this point.
you
So
probably have.
we had 2 people that got 14 tickets at our
Wow,
station.
wow.
So because they
Okay.
got it in that, for those of you that were there, that little green bottle. We had 7 people that actually flipped a penny into that little green bottle. It was amazing to me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not pinching, it was pitching.
Well,
Pitching.
yeah, we're going to do another one that's going to be penny pinching, I think. And we're going to figure out how to do that one. But,
Doesn't sound as much fun.
yeah, no, I don't think it would be as much fun. I agree with you on that one. So,
That is true.
so we have a trivia
Okay,
today?
we have trivia.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Let's do that.
Okay, and the
An Italian wine.
Italian wine.
It's a
okay.
Primitivo Puglia, as I believe the way you pronounce it. Actually, it's
Puglia.
Puglia. That's how you spell it.
Puglia.
Yeah, Primitivo. That means it's very old. It's a 2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. That's back when they had bones in their noses. So primitive.
That was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
All right. So what's our
Okay,
trivia question?
So you're going to call Michelle if you know the answer to this. And her number is 336-389-4103. Okay, everybody ready? What animal is associated with the January moon? What animal is associated with the January moon?
Moon. Moon. She's got that Wisconsin accent, you know. You ought to hear her say Booths.
I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
Not gonna
gonna
do it.
All right.
Nope.
All right, so we're going to get rocking here. And so we're going to be trying to cover a lot of information kind of quickly here. Some of you have heard before. Most of it, I would say, you probably have heard before. Some of it you haven't.
Right,
So
right.
we have a
We
winner
have a
already.
winner already.
Okay, that's
so,
right.
okay, that was a quick one. I guess too easy. Next time I'll have to find a harder one.
Must be a full moon. That's all I got to say. So, pavilion. That's the first thing we're talking about.
Yes,
So we
yes.
finalized plans. We're planning on doing a. As a matter of fact, we're going to do that as part of a churn show. I think is what we talked about doing. We're
Yep.
going to show that not today, but maybe next month.
next
we're
one.
going to show it. And talk about the pavilion. Had a great committee, had 7 residents and several staff members on it. We worked with the architect, and I think we got a really good plan.
Yes.
So
Yep.
just one quick note about that. We are probably not going to get started with that until July. That's kind of our intended time frame to kind of start working on that. We've got some events coming up in May and June that we want to try and get past before we start on the pavilion. But that'll be coming, more information about
Yep.
that.
Duke Energy, we've been talking about replacing the poles and the lights. That's for the original poles and lights here. So that's still going to be happening. Just waiting on Duke Energy to tell us when they're coming.
Yep.
So,
Right.
Amazon lockers, which we talked about last time. Our maintenance team has now done the prep work for those lockers. You have to put in special outlets for it and at a certain height. And there's all these rules that come with these lockers. But we will have 3 lockers, 1 in each of the hybrids, as well as 1 here in the main building. And the requirement is your lockers have to be 150 feet or less from the U.S. post boxes. So really our option for here was the little living room in the main building here. We will still be able to keep several of the chairs, so there still will be a seating area there. We will have to remove the coffee table. That's just going to be too much of a hindrance to get to the lockers. But we will still have seating there. But if you look on that wall, you'll see a new outlet up there, and that's where the lockers will be. So it still could be a couple months before they come in and actually have them up and operational, but just know that's coming. Before they get them in place and operating, I'll have to verify with everyone that lives in the hybrids and in the apartment building here what email you use for Amazon. All of that's tied in based on your email that you use for Amazon. So we will have to do some data entry and some prep work to be able to make it work, but very excited for that option.
It'll be worth it.
It will be worth it, absolutely. We looked at our packages. We're close to 85% of our packages coming in daily are from Amazon. So that will significantly
Go
help
figure.
the front desk, Fanny, and you all too, because you will get it in a more timely manner. So in the end, it's good for everybody.
I'm kind of surprised Amazon doesn't just assign a driver to
Oh my
River Landing,
gosh.
to be honest with you, coming back and forth.
One driver couldn't do it.
Probably not.
Really,
That's
it's
probably
just that
right.
much.
It's just too
Yes.
many.
Yep. The columns at the front main building here. So we tried to do some repairs on them. Unfortunately, they are beyond just making repairs on them. So we've had to order actual columns to replace those up front. So that's why it is taking a little bit longer. But just know we have a contractor that's going to be installing those for us and making that all look much better, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So, but it is taking a little bit longer because of that. We mentioned last couple times an airlock system over by the wellness area. That is still in the works too. Just a process getting everything ordered and getting someone in here to do that for us. But that is also still coming. I've been asked several times this week, is the water fountain in the main building by the mailboxes going to be replaced? And yes, it is. It's going to be replaced with one of the bottle fillers as well. So it'll be nice to have that water fountain there with that extra feature on it. Those are actually very handy.
Yeah, those are nice to have.
Yes, yeah.
I thought it was going to be a new baptismal font. It's not?
It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Oh,
No, but instead of water coming out, we're going to have wine coming out at this
Okay.
point. So
I like that better.
fill up your bottles.
we might have a lineup. Roof replacements, so they are now working on the Upper Village area. That's Thistleburn, Hayshort, Niblick, that area. And that will be really our last original area here for homes outside for getting the roofs replaced. So that'll be done this year. And then we mentioned before that we are going to have to redo the Pinehurst area due to a shingle recall. So
Actually, the truth is, we just like to annoy the Pinehurst residents as much as possible.
that is not true.
And so we're going to make them sit through another roofing changeover. So
No,
no, that was a shingle problem. And
Yes.
you know,
Yep.
kudos to our contractor because they called us and said, you know, we just found out that the shingles that we put on your roof are deficient, and
Yep.
so we need
Yep.
to go ahead and get them
Rather
replaced.
know that
for you.
now
Yeah.
versus
So that's good.
And
Yeah.
they were not happy to know that either.
No, it's going
they
to cost
weren't.
them a lot of money to have
Right,
to replace
right.
those shingles. That's for sure.
Yep. Outdoor furniture, yes, we are still waiting on furniture for out front in the newly developed area out there. So hopefully as it gets a little bit nicer, the furniture will be here in time.
Yes.
So that's the hope. I did have a question the other day, Tom. What is the, up in the clubhouse overflow parking lot, I see 5 white vehicles sitting up there.
Those are really cool looking, aren't they?
They are.
How many of you seen the white vehicles up there? Yeah.
So we've been asked, what are those? Why do we have them there?
And I don't know, Lisa. You were supposed to tell me what they were supposed to have.
So we are actually transitioning for our outside EVS folks, so that's our housekeepers, that typically use those large golf carts with the big racks on the back of them.
Yeah.
We are transitioning from that type of system to now a compact car. So we were able to purchase.
Yeah, so what you need to know is, believe it or not, it was cheaper for us to buy the cars than it was to buy a new golf cart.
Even with the maintenance and upkeep
Even
of
with the
it,
maintenance
it
and
was
upkeep,
significantly
it was cheaper
cheaper.
to buy the cars. And then
Yes.
the housekeeping staff that are going up there, the golf carts don't have heating or air conditioning in them, so this will allow them to have a little bit more
Yeah.
nicer
And they have
travel
good
to and
storage
from.
in them.
Yeah.
For being a smaller car, they have a great hatchback with it. So it actually will work out very well. So that's what the mystery is with the white cars up in the
Yeah,
parking lot.
And we got a very good deal buying 5 of them, to be honest with
did,
you.
we
So
did.
It worked out really
Yep,
well.
absolutely. Okay, annual appeal update. We just finished the 2025.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it was funny. We went into like the last week of the annual appeal, and I'm like, we're supposed to be at 195,000, and I wasn't sure we were going to make it.
We weren't
but-
there. Yes.
But as typical, residents came through, and we ended up, David and Jean, I don't know if David and Jean contribute all this or not, but we raised over $221,000 for the annual appeal, so that was really great. And David and Jean White were our
Yep.
folks that were our
Yep.
chairs for that this year. And so
The only bad part with that, Tom, is
Yeah.
the 2026 chair people now.
yeah.
I'm sure their goal has been raised because how well the Whites did.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard that yet. The corporate team likes to come down and tell us how much that goal changes, so we'll have to see how that works out. But I am pleased to tell you that Dick and Lou Witt have agreed to be the chairs for this next year,
Nice.
so that'll be great. So you might want to try and avoid them like the plague, is all I gotta say.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I didn't bring my paper.
Okay.
So we'll.
Okay.
I had told Lisa I did get a little update, and I forgot to bring it with me. I've been reaching out to our North Carolina Department of Transportation person about the roads out front. So I think you all noticed that Duke Energy, Duke Power, whatever you want to call them, they're going to town out
They
there.
are.
They're putting up poles left and right.
Yep.
And then if you haven't gone out of the community and turned right to go down towards High Point, right as you turn right out of our community and go down, and right as you get around the curve where the traffic light is, they've got a building they've put up now, and that is the Blythe Construction Company. That is the construction company that's going to be doing all the road work for us. And so I will tell you that the update I got from them was pretty plain in that they're really just still trying to get kind of organized and everything. The one thing they are going to be working on probably right from the beginning is there's a bridge further down on Sandy Ridge Road that'll be their main focus to start with, is working on that bridge. But, it's starting, y'all. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Duke Energy is trying to finish up, and, I assume the construction company will get going pretty fast afterwards. And as we get a little closer to kind of knowing what's going to really happen, we'll invite the Department of Transportation folks back in and have another session. Some of you might remember we did that, maybe 3 years ago, 4
Yeah.
years ago, something like that. We'll have them back in again and have them do another session with the residents, so you all can hear a little bit about phasing and when they expect to get certain things done and those kinds of things. But I don't think they're quite there yet. So once we kind of get a good feel for that, and that's what I asked our representative that's working with me, is once he feels like they've got a place where they can answer a bunch of questions, we'd like to have them come out. So that'll be
That's
coming
great.
soon.
That's good.
I expect that in the next 2, 3, 4 months. I think we'll have them out here.
And I've just noticed going straight out from John Knox across the street where they've put up poles along what is going to be the extension there.
extension there, yeah.
So they've cleared out a place and they have telephone poles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think you all know this. Thank you for reminding me of this. But we're eventually going to have a light right there where the guardhouse is, and they're going to straighten Kendale out, and it'll match up with our front entrance. So yeah,
That'll
the
be
light's
great.
going to be great, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all of that issue with the road traffic and all, and having to go through the construction. The one really good thing for us is being able to have that light right there for us.
For sure,
So,
for sure.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So someone from the audience shared there is some already traffic changes based on one lane and one road go through, so
Yeah.
just be aware of that. Around that bridge area,
Oh, yeah. They're doing
they're
stuff.
really clearing through there, you're right.
Yeah.
So there is one-way traffic at times, so just expect there is some delay. We still like people going out the right way versus the left because it's
Yeah, safer.
easier versus turning in front of the traffic.
Yeah.
That's the hard part with that. But
Right.
you're right, there is some one-way traffic now.
Yeah, and so this is a little bit of a preview
This is the start of
things
it.
to come, right,
Yes,
y'all? I mean,
yes.
we're going to have some of this fun going on for the
Yep.
next several years. So
Yep.
hopefully they can get it done quickly and turn the road back over. And just one last thing, I think you all know this, but it'll be 4 lanes, 2 lanes on each side with a median, and there'll be 8 traffic lights on Sandy Ridge Road when they're done. So they got 2 already, right? 2. So there'll be 6 more that they're going to add. One of them being right out in front of us.
Yep. Okay, update on the educational building, which was formerly the MSO building.
Yeah, the old MSO
Yes.
building. So we're doing a lot of we actually finished most of the renovation now. Everything we needed to do to try and make the physical premises up there fit for our new nursing program that we're going to be doing. Most of that's been done now. So we're still waiting on some furniture, and we expect to move the CNA class that we've already been doing, to move that up there beginning of February. So we'll start really, besides having transportation, we'll start having other staff members that'll be working in and out of that building. And we're going to have a few more people moving up there as well. So it's really starting to kind of come together. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly.
It's looking really good.
I told Tim Webster the building looks much better now that we have control over it than when he had it. So, and I didn't think he had actually seen it, but he'd actually been down here and went in it already. So
He was
yeah.
checking up what
I
you're
was-
doing,
I
Tom.
was giving him a hard time about it. It was kind of fun. So I enjoyed that actually. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great building.
Yes.
I think it's going to work out well for us.
Absolutely. Well, we had some special visitors last week in our healthcare center.
Yeah, we had the state survey team here last week, and I think you all know this. They come out about every 15 months. They come out, or they're supposed to be out within every 15 months. And when they come out and do their survey of us, it's always a surprise inspection. We never know when they're coming, and so it was funny because our healthcare administrator, Megan Brown. We were at a meeting last Monday morning, and she's like, well, if they're not here by now, they're probably not coming. And 15 minutes later, she got a call saying that the state was
They're
here.
here.
So she says, I jinxed that pretty good, didn't I? But they were here 4 days last week, and when they come in, they look at a lot of stuff. And we had 5 surveyors here last week. And what made it really fun was out of the 5 surveyors, there were 3 trainees. And so when there are trainees here, you never know what you're going to get with the surveyors. And so, but we fared very well with the state. They really were going through us with a fine-tooth comb. Quite honestly, it was probably the hardest survey we've had since one of the initial ones that we had back when we opened up. And so we fared very well. They were extremely complimentary of our operation and, just the way the residents looked and felt. And so,
Right.
really kudos to our team over there. That was not an easy thing to go through. It's never an easy thing. Think about it, when you're having a surveyor there and you're providing care to a resident and they're standing there watching you like a hawk, trying to see if you make a mistake in anything that you do. So it can be a little unnerving, quite honestly, for our staff and for anybody for that matter. If you think about it, just having you being graded on somebody standing there watching you, but we did really well. So, like I said, if you get a chance to talk to any of our healthcare team members, please, congratulate them on a really great job for the survey. They really did well. So we'll keep our 5-star rating because of that. So we're still doing very well from that perspective.
Yep. Okay, let's see. We have coming up in the future. We all love surveys, right?
Yeah, so we haven't done one of these in a while. It's a resident satisfaction survey. I guess we did one, Lisa, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Has it been 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
And
3
it was
years
a
ago?
different type of survey.
It was a
we
different
did.
type of survey.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we're going to have a resident satisfaction survey that it's not just us. The whole Contour organization is going to be doing one. So all the communities will be doing this. And so, you know, we'll give you plenty of notice and let you know it's coming. But the survey this time is going to be like the original ones were, which it'll be like, I don't know, it was like 40 questions.
It's
or
a
50
it's a long
questions.
one. Yes.
It's a pretty
Yep.
long one.
Yep.
You know, I guess I better share this now. We found this out in the last survey we did. If you have a problem with something we did 4 years ago, and it's still something you're concerned about, please come back to us and talk to us about it so that it doesn't have to come up on the survey again. So,
It's kind of hard to fix it from 4 years ago.
yeah, we were really kind of surprised a little bit that we had some
Yep,
folks that
yep.
had mentioned something on the survey from before, and then when we started talking to them about it, it was, well, you know, one was, I sent you an email 4 years ago and you never responded to it, and so.
On
like,
the other
I'm
hand,
s-
on the other hand, that's pretty good memory.
it's
That is a positive way to look at it, Ken. That's true. That's true.
that is a good point, Ken.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So anyway, it'll probably be sometime this spring, and we'll give you plenty of notice and let you know when it's coming. And
Yep.
I'm sure if we can get Joseph to do it right, we'll have some really good meals right before you take the survey. And
Oh.
but no, and we, you know, when we do the surveys, we do appreciate the feedback. You know, but there's it's a little different this time because it's the whole Contour organization
Right.
that's doing it. So.
So now everybody's looking at each
There
other.
is going to be a lot of, you know, well, how did your community
Uh-huh.
do versus
Surely
our
not. A little
community?
competition there.
Oh,
my
surely
gosh,
not.
it was like,
I'm sure there will be.
so I'm like, why do we have to do them all together? I mean, can't we just kind of split them? Anyway, so
Yep.
anyway, we'll talk more about that as we get a little closer to it. But it'll be good, and it's a good opportunity for you. And really, if you've got things, honestly, if you've got things that you've got suggestions for or comments for, you know, don't be afraid to wait to the survey. Don't wait for the
Right,
survey
right,
to do that.
right.
Come and talk to us about it
Right.
now.
Any one of us has open doors, so let us
Yeah.
know. And it doesn't mean that we can always do that suggestion, but we will listen to it. And if we can, we will. We always try if we can. So,
Yeah, and just the reality is sometimes we get a lot of great suggestions from residents, but sometimes we get suggestions that we can't do
Right,
or it's just
right,
not possible.
right.
Or quite honestly, we just may not think is in the best interest of all the residents in the
Right.
community.
Right.
And that's really hard. I know that might be hard for you to hear, but I think it's important for you to understand. When we look at things, we're looking at things for the
The
benefit
whole.
of the entire
Right.
community, and
Right.
that's the way, it's our job, that's what we're supposed to be doing. So
Yep.
anyway, we'll get to that when
Yep.
we get closer to it.
Okay. One of the things you were going to review at the association meeting was the occupancy report.
Yes. So, independent living, we have 349 of our 354 residences occupied. That's 98.6% occupied on the independent living side. Assisted living has 51 out of 56 today. That's about 90% occupied. And skilled nursing was 55 out of 60. That's 92%. You want to guess how many residents we have in the community? 640. That's close. 637 is the total number of residents. That's pretty good, Jack. How many couples? Anybody want to guess how many couples we have in the community? 189. You're not. You remember your numbers very well, Jack. He's a little high. Anybody want to guess a little lower than that? 184 couples. That's a lot of couples, y'all, here. We're 100% occupied and sold. You want to guess how many residents of the futures people households we have on our wait list? 1,107. You're way off this time. That's all I gotta say. We are over 1,000. We have 1,058 households on our wait list. So So,
Yeah.
so here's the way that would work. You'd all have to leave. I'd have to bring the next group of residents in. Then I'd have to get them to leave.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to bring the next group of residents, and I have to get them to leave again before we actually get to a point. I mean, we've got really, that's the amazing thing to me is we've got really almost 3 generations of
Yeah,
residents
that's true.
that are supposedly waiting in the wings at this
Right,
point. But
right.
so we're 1,058. You know where we were this time last year? 900. So we've added 158 households in 1 year. So our marketing and sales team is doing a whale of a job keeping up with all those folks. And, you know, just a big thank you to all of you, because do you know where most of these folks come from? They're your friends. They're your family members. They're people that you know. This is what's really great about our community now. And Lisa, how many legacy folks do we have now
Oh.
that we just continue
It's
to get more and
amazing to
more
see,
of,
yep, that are
you know,
signing
my
up.
parents were here, or my
Yes,
parents were at the
yes.
Presbyterian home, or, you know, just, it's really kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
We had 28 move-ins to the community in 2025. That's 44 residents. There's 26 women and 18 men. 32 were couples and 12 were singles. We had 16 that were from the Triad area of the 25 move-ins. I'm sorry, of the 28 move-ins, we had 16 from the Triad area, 9 that were from North Carolina, or, you know, in the state of North Carolina, and 3 that came from out of state. So I always
It's a good
thought that
mix.
was kind of interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, good mix.
Yeah. So that was the occupancy
Okay.
report.
2026, new fiscal year.
Yes.
So we were sharing this last year as we were getting closer, but we have now gone to a January to December fiscal year.
That's right.
So now we're all on the same schedule. When we had the merger, the Wellspring Group was this way, and we were the October
October
through
1.
September.
Yeah.
So now we're all on the same schedule,
That's
which
right.
is good. Good for the organization.
Yep.
And also with this budget year, we added a couple new positions this year. So Cindy Hawks, she just hired and just started a part-time administrative support person. So if you see Cindy walking around with somebody, it's a wonderful, wonderful woman, Christine Carrier. So you'll get to know her a little bit. So that's helping support Cindy with administrative work. There's just so much that goes on in Cindy's role that needing an extra hand is a good thing. So, and Ken, that will be a little
yes.
benefit to you as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
So-
know that.
Yeah.
You would have said no if that was the case.
If I had known if it was Ken was going to have
It's
chance.
just an hour of counseling a week. That's it.
But it supports the resident life team.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. So you'll see her. And the second position we had talked about last year was Joseph bringing on a pastry chef / baker. So he has just hired that person. Her name is Erica. And she plans to start the end of this month. And I thought it'd be great if she makes something for us for the next River Churns.
Oh, I like that idea.
Don't you think
Yeah.
so? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I'll talk to Joseph and see if we can work that out.
I'm actually very excited though, because you know, having more things actually made in house here versus having to buy from outside and bring
Right,
it in will be
right.
great. And so, you know, we had this at one time a long
We
time
did,
ago,
we
and it was
did.
amazing. And so
Yep.
I'm excited that we're getting back
Yes,
to it again.
yep.
So it's going to
And
be
for that
really
interview process, she had to come in and demonstrate her skills. So it was neat to be able to see that as well. So
I wish I'd have
Very
been invited
impressed.
to that.
I know, I wasn't either, but very impressive from what they said. So another budget thing that was changed this year, which is exciting for outside residents, the dining dollars increased from the $2.50 up to $3.25. So that's an exciting change as well.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Very good.
Yep. Okay, another big thing. What is January known for here? What anniversary? River Landing. So we're celebrating 23 years this year. So it's very
I
exciting.
think they were thinking it was some sort of marriage anniversary or a birthday or something.
Oh, it's our big anniversary, 23 years. And how we typically celebrate it, you know, not during our 5-year marks. Then we do it really big. Right, Tom?
Right, Lisa.
So,
right.
even though it's 23, it's still a big deal. But once we hit our 25th anniversary, we're going to go all crazy again.
Yes.
So, but this year we have the special anniversary dinner. That's on Thursday, January 29th. the Water's Edge and the clubhouse. Reservations, you can start making those starting on Friday, and it goes through January 23rd. So make sure sign up for that. No one will be turned away for a reservation, but you may not get your prime reservation. There's only so many slots. So what we do is we keep adding on more time, so we make reservations later or we make them earlier. So just want to remind folks of that. And sometimes the clubhouse will fill up quicker because they have less seating up there. So they may say, we don't have any space here, but go on down to the Water's Edge and they will find a time spot for you. But just wanted to share how that works, that we just keep adding on spots until everybody's accommodated.
Right.
So only so many spaces at those prime times, unfortunately. So, but it's a fun event. We have the mingles beforehand, and then special meals, special foods for the actual dinner. So, and for folks that do come to the Water's Edge up here, if you're driving up from outside, we do provide valet parking for the main building here. So just pull up under the porte cochere, and we have a group of nice men that will help park your vehicle or your golf cart, either one. So,
And if they really like your vehicle, you may not get it back. That's all I got to say.
oh. Okay, some dining updates. We have the clubhouse this year. Hopefully you all have seen where we've published the yearly events, community events that we put out. We also have that on CareMerge, just dates that you can block your calendars off for, whether it's blood drive, Olympic, all those kind of things that come up. But the clubhouse this year, you probably saw they're starting a monthly themed dinner. Well, the first one is sold out. It's sold out within a few days.
Really?
They have 170 reservations,
Jeez.
which is amazing. I'm not sure how they're fitting 170, but but somehow they are. So, but
Maybe
that is
they'll be out on the back patio, you know?
maybe they are. I don't know.
In January. That'll be lovely, don't you think?
But this is something new that the clubhouse is starting. So be watching for that every month, because I think it's going to be a popular thing. So this one is an Italian-themed dinner. Also going along with it is entertainment, 5:30 to 7:30, next Tuesday, the 20th. And they have started a wait list. Just in case people do cancel reservations, they are starting a wait list. So that was very exciting to see. The Wayfarer, it's currently the Yuletide menu, which they started in December. That's going to be transitioning to a French menu and a French restaurant in February. So that looked like, we got to take a look at the menu, and it looked
It looks
great.
very French.
Yes, it looks very French. But it looked amazing.
The baguettes, so good.
Oh,
Are you going to
maybe
be
your
helping?
cousin will come.
Maybe my cousin will come.
Community table in the Water's Edge. You all know we have that one very long table in the Water's Edge. So starting this month, residents are invited to join the community table on Mondays and Wednesdays at 5:30. A great way to meet new people, dine together as a group. So you want to call and put your name in for those, and that way it'll be whoever signs up for it. So
yeah.
it's, great way to meet new people.
No.
It's not only for singles. It just says if you're single, this could be a good way to meet people too. You know, sometimes it's harder as a single. You don't have that partner with a couple. So I think it's a great thing to try.
But also, if you're like
So.
a new couple and you haven't had a chance to
Absolutely.
meet a lot of people,
Absolutely.
it's also a great way to be
It's
able to
open
do it.
to anybody that wants to dine
Yeah, it's good.
in that manner.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yep. Okay, meal packaging fundraisers. We're coming up on meal packaging time again.
Yes.
So you all know
April.
we do 2 events, the spring and the fall. So it's time to kick into gear. And most of you know we do reverse raffles. We've done silent auctions. We are adding a new event this year.
Well, we're replacing one, really, because we're going to do one less reverse raffle, but we've replaced it with this telethon that we're going to do.
Yes,
A Macaroni Madness telethon.
telethon.
Yes.
March macaroni madness.
March
Yes.
Macaroni Madness telethon. That's right. It's going to be on March the 6th in here from 10 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock. We're going to actually do this for 8 solid hours. And so we'll be putting out something probably a little closer to it about all the different events
Right,
and things
right.
that we're going to have
Because
going
there's a
on.
lot of things happening.
But
yes.
it'll be a show that you'll remember probably the rest of your life. I can tell you that. So
Oh,
It's 8 hours of variety shows.
well, it is.
it basically
That's true.
is. It's just
That's
a
true.
lot of different things that
Yep.
we're going to be doing. It'll be a lot of fun.
Music, magic,
Yes.
everything.
Yep. You know, there should be a prize if someone could last the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you watch it for all 8 hours, you should be entered into some prize.
yes.
Let's see, it goes to 10 to 6. Maybe they get dinner for free that night if they make it the whole time, right? No. Maybe something better than that if they put up with 8 hours
Yes.
of that. But it's going to be it really is going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, you'll have a whole brochure that's going to
brochure,
come out in
yes.
your boxes
Yep.
after we get everything kind of finalized about when this is going to happen versus when this is going to happen versus this. And so there's
Yep.
going to be game shows. There's going to be all kinds
Yep.
of different things
Yep.
going on, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And
A lot of
a
fun.
lot of resident involvement. So don't be surprised if we call you to be part of something.
That's right.
We will need your help. Okay, other information. Billing reminder, we mentioned this last month on the churns. The billing system, they did an update, which caused some of the November charges, some of the overage to not be on your December bill. So that's been resolved now, and those charges will appear in your January bill, which comes out on the 15th. And some of the items might be meal overages, alcohol purchases, golf and beauty shop services that would have been done in November. So when you look at your bill, you'll see a November date on there, so you know, okay, that was from back then. But just wanted to remind folks of that. You had mentioned earlier, Tom, about the game you did today, but Carnival Week has been amazing so far. So
Yeah.
a lot of
And
fun
you
people
did
have
yours
had.
on Monday. You had
Yes.
the ping pong ball
Yep,
challenge
yep.
thing. That was cool.
Yep, had the
Yeah.
fish game and.
How many of you had a chance to participate in at least one of the games so far? Okay, great. Look,
That's
how many
good.
people are
That's good.
participating.
Yep.
Are you all enjoying it? I know I had a good time today with it. I thought it was fun. So
Yep. And so all week you're collecting those tickets. Make sure you're putting them in the prize jars. And then on Friday at 2:15 here in the multipurpose room, they draw the winners. So,
you know, just
that'll
a
be
quick
lot of
comment
fun.
about that. You know, I went to the bank to try and get pennies for the penny pitch. Do you know the bank would not give me pennies? They don't make them
No.
anymore. That's right. They
Yep.
don't make them anymore. And the bank's like, I'm really sorry. I know what you want them for, but
Right.
so we had to kind of scramble.
Right.
Lisa,
we
I got
found some
plenty in my
pennies.
couch
Do ya?
between the cushions. Yeah.
Oh.
Should have asked me.
I probably should have asked you, Ken.
So if you have pennies, maybe hang on to them.
Yeah, you might want to. I don't
They
know.
might be a collectible at some point. Oh.
Penny for your thoughts.
A wellness reminder, we're accepting entries for the Contura Artist Showcase, visual, arts, literary, or performing until January 21st. So stop by the wellness area and they can help you with those submissions. Also, which something very special for here, the Art of River Landing. It is a special exhibit at the Center for Creative Leadership in Greensboro, and kind of like the open house of it, or when it's showcased, people can come. Friday, January 23rd from 5 to 7. So we have several of our artists that are going to be displayed there, that's an amazing honor to have that.
That is great.
I think it took 2+ years on a wait list to finally get our turn. So
Wow.
it's pretty neat that this happened, and it was residents really pushing that and trying to get our foot in the door. So I think that's pretty neat, and transportation is provided. So go and support our artists. Should be a fun night.
That'd be great.
Yep. The Furl Group has some thank yous for Kay Heflin. She has been the facilitator of the group for the last, I believe, 2 years. She's officially retired, so she's passing that baton to the
Yep.
next person.
Yep.
The group will be choosing their new facilitator later this month, so that is coming up. Also, thank you to the 2 residents rotating off the Furl Work Group after several years of service, Jim Mabry and Susan Sitnick. And this year, the group welcomes new members, Bill Kavanaugh, Karen Geringer, and Joanne Miller. So that only works because we have all these volunteers that are there to
Yes.
support that. So that's an amazing,
That group
amazing
does
program.
They do
Yes.
a great job.
Yes.
Our Pro Group does a great
Absolutely.
job. Kay did a really great job
Yes.
running it for the last couple of years.
Yep.
So thank you, Kay.
And I think there was one more thing you were going to mention at the association meeting. And we mentioned a couple months ago, but Mary Beth Lynch is going to be retiring from the gift shop
Yes.
after 10+ years. That's a lot of years to commit to that.
Right.
So I believe March 1st is her last day in the gift shop. So we will have a retirement social for her, probably sometime in September, right after she retires. So be watching that. But thank you to Mary Beth for.
So I'm throwing one at you at last minute that I just thought about, thinking, and maybe you don't know, scrapbook.
Yes.
So is that going to be, I mean, we're probably finishing up for that for the year. Is
Courtney's
is it-
working with Martha Simpson, finishing
that's
that
what I
up.
thought.
Yes.
I was wondering if
yes.
they were still working
Yep.
on that.
I know
so-
it's not, I don't know if it's been ordered yet, but yeah, there's a lot of proof in
There's
it.
a
and all
lot
that
of work
good
that goes into
yes.
the
Oh, it's a
scrapbook,
lot.
so-
It's a lot. And I know Martha's retired with her. This is her last scrapbook.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and I think Courtney's already found somebody. Not 100% sure, but I think she has found somebody that has accepted it.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you the name.
They accepted it
Oh, there's a
without
thumb
knowing.
up over there.
Ann Whaley.
Woo!
She accepted. It's a big position.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
It really is. So Ann Whaley, thank you, Ann, for stepping up to do that. Is she? Miss Rock is doing it too? Okay. Okay. So it might be a joint effort there. We'll
Anybody
Okay.
else?
Going once, going twice.
So we'll put out something once we know officially who's doing that. That'd be great. And I know there's several photographers too that have come on board. So we'll make sure we recognize those folks.
Well, we need people because I think last year's was a 6-volume set. I think for the scrapbook. I mean, it's amazing
it's
how. And
amazing.
I'm kind of
It's
obviously that's
amazing.
jesting, but
Yes.
you know, it's amazing how much more it's been the last couple of years. It's
Yes.
just,
Yep. It's
they put
incredible.
a lot of effort into
Yeah.
that.
That is
so.
a labor of love for sure.
Yeah.
So, yep.
One more thing. I just thought of this. For those of you that were here for the Resident Association meeting last week, Tim Webster was nice enough to come and be a guest as well. And I'm going to invite Tim back at some point and do a special session with you all because I think, you know, with the merger and because we've had some retirements and all, you know, our organizational chart has changed and, you know, as we kind of get our feet underneath of us with this new merger and this new organization, I thought it might be good to have Tim come back out and kind of talk through that a little bit, show you some, he's got a nice little PowerPoint that he did for resident council when we were up there a couple weeks ago. And so I'm going to probably get him out here to do that at some point here in the next couple months because I think it'd be good for our residents to be able to hear him and see
Absolutely.
that. Okay.
You know what
Okay.
I've liked? The first time I walked down the bistro hallway.
Yes.
And that piece of art was at the far end of the
Oh.
hallway.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Yes, the new artwork that's
the
up
fairy
right now.
fantasy or whatever it's called, like that.
Yes,
Yeah, but I thought
yes.
it was pulling me,
Right
drawing me
into
yeah,
the
like,
water.
It was almost like going into a wormhole. You know?
Well, that explains
That
a
is
lot. 'cause
beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
You were walking really funny when I saw you, so I don't know what was going
That's
on.
what
with
it
you that day.
was.
Oh, that reminds me, there is one more thing when you said walking down the hallway. I forgot about this one, Tom.
Oh, we're just thinking all kinds of things off the cuff here.
I know. It was just so much today.
Yes.
We have a robotic piece now that is going to be helping us with scrubbing floors. So we're actually very excited for that. The flooring that's in the bistro, outside the bistro, all on our lower level there is the vinyl flooring that really takes a lot of beating. You can imagine we have hundreds of people go through that every day. So we have a robotic scrubber that can be scrubbing at night and be our third shift employee. So we can actually be scrubbing the floors really on a daily basis, which is, it's time consuming. And it's hard to do when people are going up and down the floor. So you really need to do that more so after hours.
Yeah.
We will use it some during the day as well, so you all get exposed to it and know what it is and all that good stuff, but a lot of it will be done at night.
It looks like R2-D2 from Star Wars.
It,
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does.
It
It's-
does. It looks a lot like that.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not one of those little small ones that you're going to worry
No,
about
no,
tripping
you
on.
you
It's
can't miss
pretty
it.
Good size.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very quiet.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
quiet.
Unless it bumps into you, and then it's not so quiet. But you know, no, I'm kidding. It doesn't bump into you. So we ought to have a contest. We can name the robot. We ought to have a contest to name the robot. What do you think?
Oh, we could do
Name the
that. We could
robot,
do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I like Barney.
Do you?
Yeah.
So it's still being mapped right now, so it's not out on its own yet. So most of you probably have not seen it yet. It's not out there. But they are mapping it, which means they're just programming all of our areas here to be able to send it to a certain area to clean. So it's a pretty neat thing. So
Yes.
we'll see how it works.
Now, just to make sure there's no confusion, this is for the common areas. This isn't coming
Yes.
into your apartments
It is
here
not.
in the building
No,
here.
it is
So,
for common areas.
Common for
Yes,
common areas.
yes. Okay, Ken, I think it's you.
You're on, Ken.
All righty. A little humor, I hope. Siri, clean up all the Christmas decorations. Siri, ask Alexa to do it. I've heard they don't like each other.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
what
if
I heard too.
I don't know if that's true or not. Like this one. Growing up in the 70s, 80s, we thought the year 2026 would look like this.
That's true.
That's the Jetsons. Yeah, we did. We absolutely did. Which is the hardest for you to say? I love you. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I need help. I appreciate you. Worcestershire sauce.
Definitely the last one.
Definitely the last one. Obeying signs can be time consuming. The sign says, drawbridge ahead. Yeah. Sometimes we take things too literally.
Too literally.
And this, when a picture can be worth 1,000 words, and this is pretty good. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a tree that's fallen over a pathway, and there's a picture of a duck there.
Oh.
Which is helpful, you know, it's very helpful. It occurred to me today that perhaps the computer asking me if I'm a robot is simply because it's looking for its family.
Oh.
It does ask you.
Are
that
you my
question.
mother?
does.
Yeah, remember that little book, children's book, Are You My
Yes.
Mother?
Yeah.
It's so cold, I saw chickens lined up outside of KFC waiting for their turn in the deep fryer.
Oh my gosh.
Human hibernation should be a thing. Eat 4 months of food, then nap until April.
How many of you would like that?
Yeah, that might work. I love wearing warm underwear right out of the dryer, and it's fun to look around the laundromat and guess whose they are. Please try this at home and nowhere else.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Oh.
This is a nice hat. So far, this is the oldest I've ever been. It says.
So far.
I'm a grumpy old lady. If you don't want a sarcastic answer, don't ask a stupid question.
I heard
Snarky.
somebody say amen out there.
Oh. Mama raised a complainer, not a quitter. I'll do it, but you're going to hear about it. Okay, I'll let you know means not coming, never was coming, never even considered it. Your future doctor is using artificial intelligence to pass med school, so you better start eating healthy. And by the way, I appreciate Elaine Frakes, her attempts to get a brain health special on the menu every week. That's been a wonderful thing, and we have that now. So, yeah. And it's all because we have doctors training with artificial intelligence. Okay. The government got rid of pennies, so your 2 cents is no longer needed.
That's
Wow,
good.
that's coincidental, isn't it?
Yes. I'm telling them we had to drag our butts across the lawn in the snow, uphill, both ways, dodging murder hornets.
Oh my gosh.
It used to just be walking to school through the snow.
Yes.
Yeah. Uphill both ways. All right. I'll just wait until it's quiet, said the teacher. Yeah, that doesn't work
No,
always.
waiting a long time.
Yes. My doctor asked if any member of my family suffered from insanity. I replied, no, we all seem to enjoy it. And that's the last one.
Okay, those were good. Those were good.
Yay.
Okay, I have some more breaking news.
Breaking news.
So, Allison gave me a couple updates while we're up here.
Okay.
So, current Verizon outage. There's apparently a Verizon outage right now. So just be aware of that. I guess if you're having trouble with your phones and all
And
that good stuff.
it's nationwide, I saw
So.
today. So,
And also the directories will be printed at the end of the month.
right.
Go, Allison. It's a
Are these
lot of
picture
paper.
directories?
Printed directories. Yes.
Picture.
But we have several now that have opted out of the printed directories.
Yeah.
So thank you for people that have chose that as well. Because you all know on Care Merge, that is your updated directory. So that really is the best one to be using. That's changed daily if needed. So, yep. But the printed ones come out at the end of the month. So thank you for that.
I've got one more.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a little bit more on this at a future show, but we have a program that we do for all of Kentora that's called Inspire, and it's basically a leadership program that we do. And we generally send a couple of our staff members that we think are really great folks who we think really will grow in the organization and grow in leadership roles. And so seeing her here today, I wanted to make sure you all know that Allison Crossman just completed that class. And so we're very happy for her and
Yeah.
excited
Yes.
for her. And you're going to get a chance to hear from her at a future event, because I want to have our director of our program from Kentora come to one of our churn show, and we're going to have Allison on there as well. And I just want you all to kind of talk a little bit about that program, because I think it's such a great program that we do. And so, but I will tell you, I got a chance to go to the final meeting where they present the awards and everything, and each of the groups in the meeting, each of the students that are in there that are basically employees from all the communities, they all break out and do special projects, and they have to share their project at this meeting with all these folks. And you'd have been very proud of Allison and Cynthia Wolf, who is a CNA with us, who was also part of that group. They both did an amazing job. So, but very proud of you, Allison.
Yes.
Okay, down to the trivia question. What animal is associated with the January moon?
Oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
So the January
Lisa
moon.
stepped on my toe.
Lisa.
It's referred to as the wolf moon. This name originates from Native American, colonial American, and European traditions, which noted that wolves were more likely to be heard howling during the cold, midwinter nights in January.
Wow. There
Yes.
you go. There you go.
Yep.
And who was our winner today?
It was Jim Morris.
Oh, Jim.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yes, so I think he must be in TV land. I do not see him
Yes.
in
TV
here.
land.
Okay.
He gets the primitive wine.
The Bones wine. Wasn't
Yes,
that what you said?
yes,
The Bones.
Yes,
So-
yes.
Well, that was a lot of information to get
It
through.
was a lot of information.
So,
I better check my phone, make sure we don't have any other breaking
Yeah.
news.
and I'm looking out. I don't see anybody that's fallen asleep. That's a good sign. So
That is a good sign.
But we, I guess that's the end of our show. But we just want to say thank you all. Thank you for choosing River Landing as your home and being a part of this family here. We can never say it enough. It's just, I didn't get a chance to come. For the first time, I wasn't able to chance to come to the staff Christmas party where the residents handed out their checks. But Lisa or Michelle, I think, was nice enough to videotape some of it for me so I could see it. I think you all know. And by the way, thank you for the thoughts and prayers about my wife. She's doing fine. So I appreciate you all asking me about her. And Michelle was nice enough to record some of it and send it to me. So I'm sitting in the hospital room watching the staff Christmas party and hating that I couldn't be there. But, it is such a special event. I hope the fire department never comes in here at the same time that we're having that event, because we probably exceed the limit. But your generosity, giving all that money to the staff members, it was over $300,000 this year. It's amazing, y'all. I just don't, words just don't really describe the appreciation that I think we have from a leadership standpoint for what you do for the staff here. And it's it's just such an exciting time. The energy, if you've been here, I don't know if you all have been here for this one, the checks are given out, but the energy in the room is just like palpable, you know, I mean, it's amazing. And so it's just such a great thing. And just, you know, it makes this place to me just so special that our residents are so loving and generous, and, you know, and they're giving it to the staff who really, you know, work hard to try and make your lives here the best it can be, to give you the best quality of life you can, and harass you as much as possible at the same time doing it. So, no, I'm kidding about that. But, you know, thank you. Thank you for all you do for the staff here. We really appreciate that. So,
Yes.
with that, we're going to sign off, tell you we love you, and we'll see you next month.
Oh, thank you.